Good evening. Thank you very much. You may be seated. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Again, take a seat if you have one. Before we begin this evening, I'd like to say a few words about the events of yesterday um, overseas. Andre and I send our thoughts and prayers out to the brave men and women who lost their lives yesterday in this tragic drone strike in Jordan. Let me say this um, we will find out who did this. The Rogers administration will find out who did this, and the Rogers administration will act swiftly and decisively on the time of our choosing for a response. It's tragic that these men and women are serving our country are subjected to this. And again, be forewarned. At a time in choosing the Rogers administration, at the time of choosing, we will respond to this action. Today, marks a historic juncture in our nation's narrative as we embark upon an ambitious odyssey to redefine the very essence of our infrastructure. This undertaking is not merely about mending the physical elements that connect us, it is a collective commitment to shaping the destiny of our great nation and building an enduring legacy for generations to come. And I'm talking about infrastructure in this country. Many presidents have come to this room, many presidents have come to this podium and have laid out infrastructure plans. I'm being pretty aggressive in laying out a lot of ambitious plans. You've heard me talk about back to basics, where we're looking at investing billions of dollars in education. Our next plan is to work on infrastructure in our country. It needs work. You go through any major city and you see construction taking place. Even in my hometown in North Texas, we have streets that are in need of repair. Our city has a pothole budget that is. When I found out what that money, how much that was, it was amazing. It's over $1 million just in one city alone. And it's just, you think about the city of 65,000 people and just $1 million budget just to fix potholes and resurface streets. You think about the bridge collapses that have occurred over the past few months and years. How do we solve these things? It's through infrastructure investment. You've heard me talk a lot. Like I said, I talked a lot about education, and that's uh, education infrastructure, putting a right curriculum in place, paying our teachers a livable wage. This is talking about the actual infrastructure of our nation. Number one, the economic growth and connectivity. Our vision extends beyond the repair of bridges. Excuse me. It encompasses a strategic approach to fueling economic growth and enhancing connectivity. Modernizing our transportation networks is a catalyst for economic prosperity, binding communities, and fostering collaboration across the nation. We aspire to create a seamless network where the exchange of ideals, goods, and innovation knows no boundaries. Our second point on this is sustainability and technological advancements. This is at the heart of our infrastructure initiative, and it lies a profound commitment to sustainability and technological innovation. Embracing cutting edge technologies, we seek to construct infrastructure that not only meets the demand of the present, but is designed with a keen eye on the future. And I think about, again, I'm bouncing back to my hometown in Texas, but we have a road that goes through our town called Hampton Road. It's a major thoroughfare in my city that connects Interstate 20 to my city. They have been talking about a redevelopment plan for that city for close to 40 years, and now we're on the verge. The city's on the verge of it actually happening. But it's only through plans like this that it's able to take root. And you think about just like in the plan that my hometown has, they got a plan to drastically change the city, to make a hotel, to make a city plaza, a place for concerts, greenery, bike trails. That's the infrastructure I'm talking about, and that's what we need to do in our country. Um, you know, our pursuit of green and eco-friendly solutions, coupled with renewable energy projects, signifies a dedication to environmental stewardship, job creation, and a resilient future. You heard me talk about EVs, and I talked about infrastructure there. And again, I'm going to talk about my hometown of DeSoto. 65,000 people live in that town. We have one charging station, 5 ports for 65,000 people. To help with the EV transition, that's part of this infrastructure program. But let me say here tonight, that transition will not take place to EV vehicles until the infrastructure is in place. I don't care if it's 20 years. I don't care if it's 30 years. I don't care if it's 40 years. It will not happen until the infrastructure in this nation's in place. Thirdly, on our plan is job creation and community revitalization. Infrastructure is not merely assembly of materials, it's a cornerstone for building livelihoods and revitalizing communities. By investing in the modernization of our infrastructure, we are igniting a surge in job creation. Think about the jobs that will come out of infrastructure projects. Think about, again, I keep throwing out my hometown, but think about Hampton Road. Think about the jobs that are going to come out of that city just in building. Think about the hotels they want to build, the storefronts they want to build, the restaurants they want to build. These create jobs. This is good for our country. You know, we're igniting a surge in job creation that this initiative goes beyond construction sites. It's an opportunity to breathe new life into communities, stimulate local economies, and forge pathways to prosperity for hard-working Americans. You know, and the way this is going to happen is through bipartisanship and national unity. In this pursuit, we transcend political divides and unite under the banner of a shared American vision. I call upon Congress here this evening to embrace a spirit of bipartisanship, recognizing that infrastructure is a universal concern that impacts all citizens. And I know that this city is so partisan, and it is. But think about the things we can accomplish if we just start working together. Let's stop the name calling. Let's stop the slandering. Let's sit down. Let's discuss the plans. Let's do what the people have elected us to do. That's why we're here in Washington. We're not here to argue and bicker and fight and argue. We're here on behalf of the American people to do the people's jobs. It work. It's time for us to do that. You know, and let's rise above all of this partisan differences and pass a comprehensive legislation that not only addresses the immediate needs of our infrastructure, but propels it into a future that is resilient, sustainable, and inclusive. You know, resilience in crisis and forward-looking vision. Our infrastructure is not just a physical network. It's a symbol of national resilience. In a time of crisis, a robust infrastructure ensures a rapid, effective recovery, showcasing the strength and unity of our nation. This is not merely a repair job, it's a forward-looking vision, an investment in the enduring success and global competitiveness of the United States. You know, and in ending this evening, I just want to say, let us forge ahead, not as desperate entities, but as a united nation with a shared purpose. This endeavor is not about one administration or one party. It's about the enduring spirit of America. The time for procrastination has passed. The time for decisive actions is now. Together, let us build a legacy that resonates across time and space, a legacy that exemplifies the resilience of innovation and unity that define the American spirit. I want to thank you very much for your time. May God bless you. May God bless our troops. And may God bless the United States of America. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.